This news update is brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
This is the 7 a.m. Barbados Today update for Tuesday, May the 13th, 2014. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Good morning. The government's point man on education is not happy with the performance of the educational system. In fact, Minister Ronald Jones warns that the system is failing students and he wants critical stakeholders to team up to correct the problems. Speaking at an Education for All Stakeholders forum yesterday, Jones did not mince words as he challenged the country to face up to the truth or risk failing the nation's children.
We cannot have still a major segment of our secondary school population leaving school after sometimes 5, 6, or 7 years of secondary education, not being able to write one CSEC. Not one. We send them to school previously to spreading across the place of early childhood education and care at what we call under 5. They go right through to age 11 or thereabouts. That's about 6 or 7 years of being exposed in a formal system hall. I'm speaking to you because I know you understand. We then expose them to another 5, 6, or 7 years of secondary education. So somewhere in there, about 12, 13, 14 years of education. But still after that, so many have fallen through the cracks. So many are put out into the streets to make nuisances of themselves.
A possible escalation of industrial action at the state-run National Conservation Commission by tomorrow has been placed on pause after negotiations with the National Union of Public Workers and the Barbados Workers Union broke down yesterday at the Labour Department. The parties have agreed to put any planned action on hold pending word from the Deputy Chief Labour Officer Victor Felix, who chaired the talks. Assistant General Secretary of the BWU, Dwayne Paul, told reporters after the more than 2-hour discussions that in the meantime, he would immediately report to his executive, which would decide on the way forward.
We've discussed some positions with the acting chief, and we will wait to hear from his office. The BWU will be having discussions with the executive, and from there, we will be going from there.
The NUPW's General Secretary, Dennis Clark, said while he waited to hear from the Deputy Chief Labour Officer, he would keep the date of any industrial action close to his chest.
For warn is for harm, and you know me, when it comes to this thing, I'm not warning anybody about anything.
A former professor at the Cayfield campus of the University of the West Indies voices his support for students paying a portion of their fees. Retired Dean of the Faculty of Medical Sciences at Cayfield campus, Professor Henry Fraser, is in favor of the move, but he is questioning the amount the government is asking them to pay. He also tells Barbados Today he is surprised at the failure of financial institutions to lend a helping hand.
Students have got to pay something, and I cannot understand why the university and the banks of Barbados are not planning for low interest loans to cover the training of our students in all faculties. Everywhere in the world, students borrow money to go through the university education. So the government needs to revise downwards to some extent what they're asking the students to pay, but the banks need to come in to provide this. And in this whole discussion over the last 6 months, I have heard nothing about the banks solving the problem. The banks have $8 billion in the banks doing nothing. They should be talking to the university.
And a recent survey by the university found that while a majority of undergraduate students were willing to pay for the education, they are willing to do so on a monthly basis. It also found that the majority were willing to pursue a loan arrangement to fund their tuition. In sports, the government is eyeing the North Point Surf Resort in St. Lucie as a possible new ultra-modern sports venue. After touring the 30-acre property yesterday, Sports Minister Stephen Lashley said the island needs a top-of-the-line ultra-modern stadium, and North Point Surf Resort could fit that bill. He also stressed that Barbados' sporting program needs to be developed to make it more attractive for international athletes who might want to train here. The resort, which is presently up for sale, was once the home of sporting events in the 1970s.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
To the region now, a legal battle over a number of songs owned by Jamaican reggae icon Bob Marley begins in Britain today. The plaintiff, Cayman Music, is suing Chris Blackwell's Blue Mountain Music for misattribution and diversion of income, among other things, in an attempt to retrieve No Woman No Cry and other songs including Positive Vibration, Rat Race, So Ja Say, and Who the Cap Fit. Cayman is the original long-standing publishers of Bob Marley. They represented his catalogue from 1967 to the late 1976. The defendants are the then publishing arm of Island Records and a sometime publisher of various Bob Marley titles from the mid-1970s to later in his career. On the international front, Nigeria snubs a request from the militant Islamist group Boko Haram to free members of the group from jail in return for the release of dozens of kidnapped schoolgirls. Interior Minister Abba Mora said Boko Haram is in no moral position to make the offer. He insists that the option of swapping innocent citizens with people who have taken up arms against the country is not on the table. Yesterday, the group released a video showing over 100 girls declaring that they have converted to Muslim. The U.S. State Department said intelligence experts were closely examining the footage for clues to the girls' whereabouts. On the video, the Boko Haram leader swore that he will never release the girls who have not accepted Allah until the authorities free jailed members of the group. That's been the 7 a.m. update. Join us again at noon. Until then, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb. Subscribe to our e-paper and like us on Facebook to get more news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph.
This news update is brought to you by
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.